do 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 do. Do 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 do. Hello, hello. Kia ora. Ooh, my hair is real fluffy today. Welcome to our Sunday chats. I wasn't sure if I was going to make it back in time. I just went for an amazing walk up to, from the wind, this is in Wellington, from the wind turbine up to Hawkins Hill. And it's very steep in parts, but felt so good. It's a beautiful day here. So it's nice to just come back for a little bit and have a quick little bit of downtime. Because I'm feeling very warm, a little sunburn, maybe sunburn. But it was so lovely and it was so beautiful, and it's just not a cloud in the sky today, which is very rare for those of you that are in Wellington or have been to Wellington. Anyway, so I am going to first say a hey mama, say a quick happy full moon, happy Sunday, happy Lunasa, and happy Imbolc to everybody in the Northern Hemisphere. So down here, we're sort of at the high point of summer. Hi, Mom. Joycey! We're at the high point of summer here, so it's sort of like that, the equivalent is August 1st. We're sort of at that point of the summer where it's like, ooh, it's really hot. And things are almost ready to pick. You know, you get like blackberries starting to go ripe. You get, all of these beautiful things happening in the season. And then Imbolc up north is sort of that first point where you can really sense that the sun is getting stronger and that the days are getting longer. And there's I always find it's a different smell in the atmosphere around these points. Maybe because I just take notice of it all, but it's lovely to have that point of the year. So yay. It is a very good time of year. I'm actually absolutely shattered from that walk. Like seriously, it was 7 kilometers up and down hills in the sun. Beautiful, beautiful walk. But if you can get out today, if you're in New Zealand, if you're in Wellington, it's beautiful. Please get outside. Please, please get outside. So, one more thing for all of our future watchers. Before I forget to mention it, because I will forget to mention it, you can find me on Patreon at patreon.com/BethVanHolst. And you can find different things there, different posts, different happy, motivational, lovely things that I like to share. So if you want, please go in there. It's as little as like $1 a month to get pretty much access to all the stuff that gets posted. There are options where you can do one-on-one readings with me, like on a monthly basis, which is really cool. So if you have a specific goal spiritually that you want to accomplish, I can help you with that, and we can sort of sit down and nut out the details, and we can do a reading on your energy as you're sort of progressing through those stages. So that is an option. So that's at patreon.com, Beth VanHolst, and I am here every week. So you can always just come and get a random couple cards drawn. So I'm using a different deck today, and I haven't used it much, but I just pulled it off the shelf and was like, I need to use this. So this is the Light Seers Tarot, and I got this as a gift from the loveliest of loveliests, Marvin at the Fringes Tarot. So he gave me this, and I wanted to use it more. I always just go straight to the Rider-Waite, but this one for some reason was just like, yeah, you're using me today. Okay. So it's built in the same vein as the Rider-Waite, so it's got the whole system is very similar, but the drawings are different. So I mean, yes, here is the sun. They're very colorful. you know, very, very colorful and very, very, you know, here's the Fool. So instead of walking off the cliff, she's just like, trust in the universe. So, I mean, the meanings are still the same. The system is still the same. And they're written quite well as well. If you're into like the little guidebooks and stuff, they're quite good. So I'm going to use these today. A little bit of a change up, and we'll go from there. So if you have a question, or if you have any questions, put them in the notes, in the little comments, or I'll just go. Yay. Yeah, I'm feeling really physically tired now. That walk was intense, but it was so good. Just like, yep, we're going. And did it in just a couple hours. So I'm like, whew. Good fun. Beautiful, beautiful walk. Anyway, so today is Imbolc for you guys up north. It is Lammas or Lughnasadh here for us. And this full moon, I know a lot of people have been taking that full moon and really just sitting in the energy of the full moon this time. I've noticed myself doing that the last couple of nights, and you can see the moon on the horizon, and it just looks enormous. And you can't just, like, you just sit there and watch, and it's just like, wow. It feels, things are starting to feel a bit different at this point. I can't quite explain it. So, cards today. Cards for the week. So it is the 31st of January. So we are going into February, which I'm pretty excited about. I like little short months. Let's see. Right. Ooh, this week we're going to be taking some action. More action. So whatever our goal, what we were working with last week was a bit of healing. Now this week, we're going to take a little bit bigger of a step out of that healing modality. We're going to take a bigger step into something a little more concrete. But we're going to do it in a way that is still very nurturing for ourselves. We're not going to just come out of the door swinging our sword around. We're going to do it very thoughtfully. We're going to do it definitely with some poise, and we're going to do it with, you know, those actions. They really need to be thought out, and they need to be nurtured, those actions. So we've got the Queen of Swords is the first one today. There's a lot to think about with her. Like, she's obviously doing some major thinking about the actions that she's taken. And I think a lot of us are sort of at that point where, you know, those of you that have been in lockdowns, you know, you're doing the inner work. You're really looking back and looking inside and looking within to see, you know, those things that are working and things that are not working. So as we step out of the next phase, step into the next phase from that healing edge, we have our sword ready, and we're just like, we're only going to use it if we absolutely need it. We're only going to use our swords if we actually need it. We're still going to have that strength and that poise. And this is good. I like this card a lot. The Two of Pentacles. She's very flowy. Now, the original deck is someone balancing those two pentacles. You know, it's about the balance. Even though, you know, things behind us are stormy and rocky and not good, we still have to balance our lives. We've got to balance the good and the bad. You know, it's about seeing both sides of the coin in the situations that we are currently in. So, you know, those of you that are still in lockdown, still in quarantines, what have you, there's a sense of grace as we sort of step out into that. And there is a lot of balance between what we've been feeling and what we've been through. Ooh, now, the next one, this is a good one. The Knight of Swords is about that action again. It is about pushing forward and just being like, right, we are off, here we go. So the beginning of the week, I feel, is that really sensitive, only using what we have to, only using the energy if we have to. It's about balancing our energies. It's about working sort of side by side, maybe with something, somebody in our actions. And then we sort of take off and we just do the thing that we've been wanting to do. He looks like he's in quite a big hurry to get to the next stage, which is great, which is really good. But I think what I find interesting about this card, because I haven't looked at this deck very much, the Knight of Swords actually doesn't have a sword. It's got a crossbow. So that's a bit different. So if we're looking at this as you know, sort of the literal context, you know, we don't have a sword per se, but we're shooting for something. You know, we're trying to get to that next bit. We've really got to put the effort in to get to that next stage. And it might feel like it's far away. If we're using a crossbow or a bow and arrow instead of a sword, the actions that we're taking may not have immediate effects. It's something that's going to be further down the line. But the important part is that we are taking those actions. You know, we are taking them mindfully and with thought and balancing it. So we've got two different sides going on with these two cards and the balance in the middle. These are two very different cards, different energies. One is very much strong and hurried. The other one is very contemplative. So in between things being manic and then things not moving, there will be that balance. So it's important that as we step out, we let that balance happen. We let the balance happen and we're aware of it happening. I'm gonna do one more here. Ooh, the Knight of Cups. And I think we got him last week. Definitely not in this modality. Not looking like he is here. He is looking real cute. He's got some cute tats and a little bit of scruffage. And he's got roses. Oh, romantic. Super emo romantic. Oh yeah, he's got a whole like picnic set up. Yeah, okay, that'll work. The Knight of Cups though is a romantic card because you think of, I mean, obviously that is like tick off the boxes romance, right? In the original deck, he's very stoic and he's holding the cup very steadily on his horse. So it is about, it's about appearances. It's about the appearance of being loved and of the romantic side of your situations. It is about how we feel possibly about another person. It's about how we feel about ourselves. When we look in the mirror, is it something that we're attracted to? How do we feel when we get to that point? When we feel attracted to ourselves, how does that change what we feel? How does it change about the next actions that we take? So this is actually, I'm loving this card. I'm like, oh yeah, he's cute. My mom, you were like, oh yeah, that's totally your type. But, I mean, to be honest, we all kind of want to be swept off our feet as well. So, I mean, that might be something to look forward to after we step out of this point. You know, we have to take those actions and we have to take those steps within ourselves and balance ourselves to get through the healing. And maybe on the other side, we have something kind of nice waiting for us. So that is quite lovely. Quite lovely. So let's look at this week. So we've had our full moon. We've spent all of our energy. It's been intense. Any sort of full moon, I don't know about you guys, any sort of full moon, I always feel like exhausted. I always feel absolutely shattered. You know, I see the full moon and I'm always just like, oh, thank God. Because I feel like my energy just explodes, you know. It's just like, it's here. It's like, oh my God, I just want to just break out, you know. I just want my energy system, my energy field to just be like, ugh, just get rid of some of this stuff. So when it sort of reaches this point, you know, the next week or so, I'll start to feel calm again, you know, and this is my calm. And then I get to balance, you know, maybe work and life, and I get to balance those things. And then off running again. So it's nice to know that the balance of the Two of Pentacles is there. Because if it was just all swords, we would just be like, oh my God, it's exhausting. There's a balance. So let's focus on the balance for a second. How do we balance ourselves within life at the moment? You know, are we looking outside of ourselves? Are we comparing and wanting to be something else or to do something else other than what we are doing? What makes it different? The balance that we feel within ourselves, we have to be really aware of. If something doesn't feel quite right, by all means, you know, don't let it in. If it's on, you know, say you have a lot going on at work and you feel yourself suffering on your social side because of it, you know, we need to balance that. If you feel that, you know, yeah, you know, me especially sometimes, like, oh my God, the kids take up so much energy. It's full on, it is nonstop. And then my health might suffer because I'm not getting enough rest. You know, we really need to look at how these things are affecting us. And on. Yeah, so if we're looking at that balance point, you know, where is it out of sync? What actions are we taking and not taking to put that in and out of whack? I think this is one of the most, for me, this is such an important card, because you can look at it in so many different aspects of life. You can do family and work and you know, friends and partners and, you know, even like art projects and, you know, reading. It's all that. So recommend Baraka in early night. The Barack Obama is the best kind of Baraka. The Barack Obama. So so that is, but Baraka in an early night. Such a good balance. Absolutely. I love that. I love that. So for me, for my balance today, you know, I actually woke up early and I did some reading and, you know, and then I went for the walk and it was amazing. And now I'm sort of having that downtime to balance out, because if I just kept going, I would burn out. You know, you listen to what's going on. This is where a lot of people struggle, is just listening to what's going on inside of their own bodies, inside of their own, you know, their own personal energy. A lot of us are people pleasers. A lot of us are people pleasers and we don't know when to stop. So it's balance. I'm going to do one more card here. So yeah, so let's contemplate the actions before we take them. Let's balance out and catch up. The Queen of Swords was the first card. So Two of Pentacles, and then the Knight of Swords. So there is the balance of contemplation and action. Even within that suit, that says a lot. And then, pardon me, the Knight of Cups. Ooh, so that's what I keep thinking, is like, there's a balance of actions between what's going on. I'm going to put these down here. Balance of actions for what's going on. He's a very strange one. I'm not sure what to make of that one. Other than to say, yeah, I'll go on a date with you. That's fine. He sort of looks like Freddie Prinze Jr. If you guys remember, was he like a 90s, he was like a 90s heartthrob or something. That's who he reminds me of. I think he married like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something like that. I don't know. So let's look at our overall. Ooh, our overall. An overall card. Strength. This is a very strange version of strength. I do like it. The card itself is very different than the original, which is fine, which is totally fine. But when I see strength, it is, it's a reminder of our inner strength, of our boundaries that we create, of the strength we have for ourselves and for those around us. You know, we are the strong motherly types, right? You, not me. I know what I'm talking about. My mother, you and me, we're all the strong mom types. We are all strong. And when push comes to shove, if anyone fucks with our kids, they are going to see that side of us, aren't they? They're going to see that lioness. They're going to see that strong, that roaring woman. So within this context of everything going on, we stay strong with what's going on. We stay present. We know that we are, we can move mountains. We can lift cars if need be. We are super, super strong, and we don't give ourselves enough credit for it. What will happen, though, is that we get sidetracked by people like the King of Cups. This is a problem. This is a problem for me. We get sidetracked by the Kings of Cups. Or the Knights of the Cups, sorry. Sticking with that strength. Sticking with our internal, again, that balance of femininity and masculinity. There is the core essence of what every human embodies. There is that infinite point of light that just comes out, and that for me has always been sort of that strength. You know, when it comes down to it, it is all about the strength. I love it. So yay. So if anyone has any questions on that, let me know. Or if you have a question that you want me to just pull a couple cards for, happy to. And what we'll do is I'll shuffle these guys up. Let's see. I think it's just Anne and my lovely mother. Summer feels good. Whoa. We've got some backwards cards in here. That's a bit strange. Those are very strange. Okay. I didn't even notice those. I don't use this deck very often, so I'll show you the cards that were backwards. Those are actually quite appropriate. The first one was the moon. The second one was the star. The third one was the Three of Cups. The moon, the star, and the Three of Cups. These three cards are so fucking magical. Holy smokes. Wow. That infinite point of light. That infinite point in light that represents, that corresponds with the strength card, is the star. Is absolutely the star. That is your point of light. Everybody has that in their bodies and in their souls. And then we start to look at the other side of that with the full moon that's been. This is perfect. And we start to make sure we have our boundaries. And when we start working with those boundaries, we start to realize the things that we haven't really set boundaries for in the past. So it might be something new for us. But we have to look really deeply to see why those come up. And then the Three of Cups. I love the Three of Cups. this is, for me, these are the weird sisters. These are the women in our lives that are like sisters to us. Even if we're not sisters, we're still sisters. And welcome to the sisterhood. So it's nice to know that, you know, these people always have each other's backs. Always there for each other. Through the shittiness. Through the not so shittiness. Through all the things. Nice little heart. Thank you. So yay. What else have we got going on this weekend? What else? I find that really strange. Like I've shuffled these a few times and those cards didn't seem to be backwards when I was shuffling. Unless I completely missed something. Possibly, I don't know. I really do like this deck. This is a really nice deck. It has such a good energy. And if you're starting out with tarot, actually it would be a really good starting point because, you know, it's made more with like a modern take on it. You know, it's hard, sometimes it's hard to relate to, you know, people in tights. Let's look. Okay, so here's the box. Here's the Fool for the Radiant Rider-Waite. It's hard to relate to dudes in tights. But let's, you know, so like the modern take of this is, yeah, you know, is a guy in a hoodie with shorts on, you know. So if you're starting out with tarot for like the first time, this is actually a really good one. So this is the Light Seers Tarot. And again, you know, it is really beautiful. It is a beautifully illustrated deck. So that's the Chariot. And what's some other good ones? Yeah, digging that. Digging that. The Hermit is really beautiful. Where the Hermit is about, you know, taking yourself out of basically society to put yourself into a state of your own making, your own meditation, you know, spending that time with yourself. It's beautiful. You know, the Empress, really pretty. So if this is something that interests you, let me know and I can get some copies of it through the shop. Or you can just order it online if you're in the States. I had a lovely Kim. She's like, I want to support you, but it would cost more to ship stuff overseas. It's like, yeah, might not be a good idea to order if you're in the States and have it shipped to you from New Zealand, unless it's something really nice. Anyway, well, I think that is it for the day, guys. I need to get back outside, I think, because, yeah, I'm just noticing I got a little sunburn on my nose. So I'm going to put some more sunblock on and head out into the amazing day that is happening right now. So I might just go head to the beach and just lie there for a bit and enjoy what summer is all about, because, you know, this is the high point of summer. It is amazing. Enjoy it. Those of you that are way up north, enjoy that cold, embrace it, feel it. Remember that it's just part of a cycle. Everything we do, every day, every month, every year, we just go through these cycles, and it's nice to sort of touch upon those points throughout the year and say, I remember this. This is amazing. So it's been a nice shift to get to this point of the year. So anyway, if you have any questions, always just message me and I can pull some cards for you. I have Patreon that you can find all of the extra stuff. So it's, you know, random thoughts and poetry that I write and channeled, a lot of channeled stuff has been coming up lately. So that's at patreon.com/BethVanHolst. I think last week it was just like, I need to channel this, I need to record it, and everyone got that, and it was really helpful for a lot of people. So that's where that stuff is happening. Otherwise, you can visit the shop at practicalmagicalhome.com, and you can find all sorts of goodies there. I'm always putting up new tarot decks, a few new books here and there, probably some new crystals soon because I'm out of pendulums. I realized I'm like, oh, I was talking to someone about pendulums yesterday and I'm like, I actually don't have any pendulums left. So I'll probably be getting those in the next couple weeks. So anyway, enjoy your week, guys. I will see you guys next week. Again, stay in touch. Know that you're loved. Know that, you know, no matter what happens, we're all here for each other. In the weirdness, in the thickness, in the thinness. We're here. I'm here. And I love you. So be good, behave yourself if you can. And I'll see you next time.